Hi friends, and welcome to the Nurse Babe Prophetic Voice. And today I am going to be going over the characteristic traits of a Proverbs 31 woman. At the end I have 21 characteristic traits that we will take from Proverbs 31 verse 10 through 31 in my NIV version of the Women's Study Bible, okay? And I'm just going to get right into it. All right, so it says, a wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Rubies back in the biblical times, in Hebrews time, was the most precious stone. And it says that the Proverbs 31 woman is worth more than the most precious stone, okay? It says her husband has full confidence in her and he lacks nothing of value, right? She brings him good and not harm all the days of his life. So the Proverbs 31 woman is the key to a man's blessing and his life being blessed all the days of his life, right? It says she selects wool and flax and works with eager hands, which means she's constantly working and doing something, right? She's busy working. It says she is like the merchant ship bringing her food from afar. The merchant ship has everything that you need. That's how you get your goods. So the merchant ship, the Proverbs 31 woman, she takes care of her family. If she's needed in the community, she takes care of her community. She takes care of her household. She takes care of her husband. It says she gets up while it's still night and she provides food for her family. So this is the woman that wakes up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and makes breakfast for her family and packs a lunch for her husband. Like this is like grandma back in the day or whatever. You can get up and grab you a biscuit off the table on your way to school. You get you a good sausage biscuit right from at home, homemade biscuits. Okay. It says, she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. So she's also helping others provide for their families, right? She's sharing with the needy or sharing with the people in her community. It says she considers a field and buys it. She considers a field and buys it, right? Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. So this is not only a woman that considers a piece of land and buy it because she's either going to use it to start some sort of investment opportunity, like maybe she's going to put a house on it, pass it down for generational wealth, or make a garden out of it, right? It says she sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task, which means she could do it on her own, but God didn't invent her to be on her own, right? It says she sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night, which means that she is a wise investor, right? She's going to be trying to store up for the later days, right? It says, and her light does not go out at night. That means that if her kids need her late at night, God has invented her with this much energy that even to tend to her kids at night or to tend to her husband at night, she's able to and fully equipped to do that, right? It says in her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. That's a tool, right? That makes like wool or clothing or something like that, right? But she's still constantly working, right? She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, right? She's prepared. So she has food in the cupboard. She has salt in the garage for her driveway if she has to go out. Backup generators, extra blankets and lights and lamps and that sort of thing, right? Because she's wise. It says, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. So if she can make clothes and dye clothes, she can do it all, okay? It says she makes covering for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple, which means she's best dressed, right? She's going to be different. She's Holy Spirit led when she's picking out her clothes. So she's going to look different. She's not trying to look like anyone else but herself, but she dresses like royalty. You know, you can be a Proverbs 31 woman covered head to toe and still looking really, really good, right? She fire, okay? that's what the young kids call it. They say she fire. It say her husband is respected at the city gate, so he's a boss, right? It says where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. So he's a leader, he's a boss, he's a noble person as well, right? It says she makes linen and garments and she sells them. Side hustles. And supplies the merchants with slashes, right? Effortless side hustles, right? This, she like money that she makes with her hand, and money that she could be making that she don't have to do nothing for because she has it set up that way, right? And then it says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She is strong. She's confident. She's spiritually gifted, and she know that she's protected. She's also spiritually protected, right? She speaks with wisdom. This woman is wise, right? And faithful instruction is on her tongue. So she's wise, and she is instructing the wise, right? It says she watches over the affairs of her household. So she's a housekeeper, right? And does not eat the bread of idleness. She's busy, right? Her children arise and they call her blessed, and her husband also, and he praises her. I mean, this is a woman that's worthy to be praised, right? And then it says, many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. That's law, right? There are some good women in the world, but the Proverbs 31 woman is said to pass them all. Why? Because the Lord is going to be blessing the work of her hands. So anything she puts her heart to, her mind to, and her hands to is she's going to strike gold every time, right? It says, yeah, but a woman who fears the Lord, she's worthy to be praised. We know that the beginning of wisdom and knowledge is the fear of the Lord, right? Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. She's also noble, a community leader, right? She's a boss, right? And that's Proverbs 31, y'all. That's what it says. So we're going to get the takebacks, right? What is the Proverbs 31 woman? She's a virtuous woman with noble character. She is vital. She is a vital part of her husband's goodness. She's blessed. She's a hard worker. She's busy. She's a merchant ship, and she has what others may need. She's a good cook. She's a housekeeper. She's a provider for her workers. She can handle her own. She's a wise investor. She takes care of her husband's needs. She's prepared. She's a community leader and a boss. She's strong, confident, and best dressed, spiritually gifted and spiritually protected, wise and worthy to be praised, right? That's the Proverbs 31 woman for you. Now, this is what women, we strive to be more and more like this. I mean, we could take a lot from this. I can take a lot from this. I'm not even all the way a Proverbs 31 woman, right? But this is something for us to strive towards. And men, this is something like, if you see this, I want you to know it when you see it, right? Because it's worth more than rubies. A noble woman, who can find her, right? She's going to be hidden. So you have to be able to pay attention. You're going to have to be able to pay attention to these characteristic traits, right? So that you can know who the Proverbs 31 woman is. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you was able to take something from this. Until next time, like the video if you like videos like this, and I can do some more breakdowns for y'all. Please subscribe to help grow the channel, and share with somebody that may need it. Okay? Peace.